In the world of behavioral finance, fame is rarely viewed as an asset. In fact, it is the ultimate high-maintenance liability. Most of us are conditioned from birth to believe that being seen is a form of winning. We chase the spotlight, dreaming of the global stage, the millions of followers, and the collective applause of the crowd. But we forget a fundamental rule of wealth. Every new eye on your life is a new debt you owe to perception management. While the world sees your success, the behavioral economist sees your status debt. It is a quiet, compounding interest that eats away at your autonomy long before it touches your bank account. In this deep dive, we aren't looking at the glitz. We are looking at the hidden outcomes, the psychological and structural costs that turn a dream of visibility into a cage of expectations. Let's talk about the entry point. When you are unknown, your wealth is a private tool. It is a silent engine that fuels your choices. You can live in a modest apartment while your net worth climbs in the dark. You have the luxury of stealth wealth. But the moment you become a public figure, your expenses shift from choice-based to structural. This is the visibility tax. It is the non-negotiable cost of maintaining a public identity. Think about the high-profile individuals we see in the U.S. today. They don't just pay for a home. They pay for 24/7 security details because their safety is now tied to their fame. They don't travel through airports. They pay for private transport to avoid the very crowd that loves them. Their burn rate, the amount of capital required just to wake up in the morning, balloons beyond their control. This is the irony of fame. The more people who know your name, the more expensive it becomes to simply exist in peace. Perhaps the most painful hidden outcome is the rot of your social circle. In a quiet life, relationships are built on shared history and mutual values. But in a famous life, the lens shifts toward utility. When your market value is high, everyone you meet begins to calculate what you are worth to them. Your neighbor isn't just a neighbor. They are someone looking for a mention. Your new friend isn't just a friend. They are someone looking for access. This is isolation in the spotlight. Behavioral finance teaches us that social capital is a finite resource, but fame turns your social capital into a commodity. You become a utility, a ladder for someone else's social climb. You are surrounded by people, yet you are profoundly alone because your brand has replaced your humanity. This is why so many icons in history eventually retreat into total seclusion. They realize that the only way to find a real connection is to kill the public image that pays the bills. We see the spectacle, the luxury cars, the designer wardrobes, the curated travel. But in finance, we don't look at what you spend, we look at your margin. Many famous individuals are cash flow rich, but balance sheet poor. They are trapped in what we call a golden cage. To keep the fame alive, they must project a certain image. To project that image, they must spend at a rate that leaves them zero margin for error. They are essentially high-budget productions that cannot afford a single off-season. They have traded their agency, the power to walk away, for a stage they are now forced to stay on. If they stop posting, stop performing, or stop being on, the house of cards collapses. This is financial fragility, disguised as success. They don't own the spotlight owns them. They are working for the audience, and the audience is a fickle, demanding boss. So what is the alternative? The most successful individuals I have observed in the U.S. market aren't looking to be famous. They are looking to be rich and anonymous. They understand that the ultimate luxury isn't the applause of millions, it is agency. It is the ability to say no. It is the freedom to walk down any street in the world without being recognized, while their assets grow silently in the background. They focus on substance over spectacle. They understand that visibility does not equal stability. As you build your own path, ask yourself, are you building a life that feels good or a life that looks good? Because the debt of fame is a high-interest loan that most people spend a lifetime trying to pay back. True wealth is found in the things you don't have to prove to anyone. Focus on the outcomes that are quiet, sustainable, and truly yours. The world doesn't need to see you win, for you to have already won.